Hello dear students, today we are going to start class 10th Economics, Chapter 4 Globalization and the Indian Economy, Part 8. Students, in this part we will cover Introduction, the struggle for a fair globalization. Students, before starting today's content, let us recall the issue we discussed in previous part. Students, in previous part we have seen the impact of globalization in India. In that we discussed about the positive and negative impacts of globalization in India. Students, if it is asked in exam that what is the positive impact of globalization, you will write only the positive impacts of globalization. If it is asked about the negative aspects, you will write the negative impacts of globalization. But if it is asked that what is the impact of globalization, you have to write both, that is the positive impact and the negative impacts. Students, let us recall what are the positive and negative impacts of globalization. Students, as we have seen that globalization has led to competition among producers, both local and foreign producers. Because of that, there is improvement in the quality. We are getting different prices in the market. Even we are getting lower price of the products. We have seen the improvement in the living standard of the people because of globalization. MNCs have increased their investment in India over the past 15 years, which means investing in India has been beneficial for them. In different sectors, they have done the investment. Students, local companies supplying raw materials. Top Indian companies have been able to benefit from increased competition. Moreover, globalization has enabled some large Indian companies to emerge as multinationals. Globalization has also created new opportunities for companies providing services, particularly those involving IT. We have seen also the SEZs, that is to attract more foreign investment inside the country. SEZ, we discussed about the special economic zones, in that the government provides improved infrastructure, that is to attract the foreign investment. Now, on the other side, we discussed about the negative impacts of globalization. In that we discussed that it is very difficult for the small producers and workers to survive in globalization. Small producers are not able to compete with rising competition. We have also seen the poor condition of workers, in that they have to face they are just getting uncertain employment. Anytime they can be removed from the job. So their jobs are not secure in globalization. So we have seen that small producers and workers are facing the challenge in the globalization. The challenge of rising competition among the small manufacturers. Students, the rising competition, we have seen that small manufacturers are facing much more problem because of the arrival of MNCs. Batteries, capacitors, plastics, toys, tires, dairy products, and vegetable oil. As some examples we have seen, these industries where the small manufacturers have been hit hard due to competition. In the case of Ravi, we have seen in previous part that he was producing capacitors which were used in the electronic devices. Because of low price for the capacitors by the MNCs, he faced problem. He has to close his company. Many of the workers became jobless because of that. Students, not only small manufacturers are facing the problem, workers are also facing the problem. Because workers are employed by the employers flexibly. It means that workers' jobs are no longer secure. Anytime they can be removed. So they are facing uncertain employment. So for a large number of small producers and workers, globalization has posed major challenges. They are facing problems. Now students, we will start our content, that is the struggle for a fair globalization. Students, the impact of globalization in that we have seen that not everyone has benefited from globalization. People with education, skill and wealth have made the best use of the new opportunities. On the other hand, there are many people who have not shared the benefits. So there is need for a fair globalization in that everyone will be benefited. Let us see what is fair globalization. Students, fair globalization means that the benefits of the globalization must be shared by all equally. Globalization has two sides, positive and the negative. The positive and the negative. For fair globalization, government can have a great role. The government can support those producers who are very small and cannot compete with them. So students, we have seen that everyone is not benefited same as with the globalization. The people who are educated and skilled, they are getting more benefit with the globalization. But there is need to provide equal opportunities to everyone. So if a balance has brought about, we should strive towards fair globalization. The government can play a major role in ensuring that the fruit of globalization should reach everyone, the educated and the uneducated, equally. Its policies must protect the unfair the interest not only of the rich, the powerful, but all the people in the country. The policies, those are made by the government, it should protect the interest of everyone. It should not only think about the powerful people, it should also help the poor people in the country. So the government policies must protect the interest of everyone. Students, if we will see the impact of globalization, its impact has not been uniform. Globalization has two sides, one positive and another is negative. In that, we have also discussed about its positive and negative impacts. Students, on one hand, we have people with education, skill and wealth who have benefited from globalization. On the other hand, there are the uneducated, less skilled people who have no benefited from it. If a balance has brought about, we should strive towards fair globalization. Students, the government can play a major role in ensuring that the fruit of globalization should reach everyone, the educated and the uneducated equally. Its policies must protect the interest not only of the rich and powerful but all the people in the country. That is the motive of a fair globalization. Students, if we will talk about the steps taken by the government or the steps the government can take for a fair globalization, we will see that some steps can be taken by the government to protect the interest of everyone in the country. These steps are: government can make policies in such a way that it protects all the sectors of the people in the country, not just the rich and the powerful. Students, government should make the policies that can protect the interest of everyone, whether the people are poor or rich, educated or uneducated. They all should be benefited from the globalization. The next is the government should support small producers in all the way till the performance and are able to compete. Students, government should protect the small manufacturers so that they can survive in the market. The government can ensure and protect the interest of small manufacturer or producers to improve their production till the time they become strong enough to compete. If it is necessary, the government can use trade and investment barriers. It can also protect the interest of its companies trade imposing import tax on foreign goods that are coming into the country. That is to save the local producers. The government should ensure that the labor laws are properly executed and should ensure that the workers are getting their rights. Students, as we talk that producers are facing problem, same as workers are also facing problem because their jobs are not secure because of MNCs. So government should protect their rights also. Government can ensure the strict following of labor laws by MNCs and their partner countries in India. The sharing of profits, granting of various benefits such as medical and paid leaves to the workers can be made mandatory. As we have seen that because of the MNCs, the workers are getting work in the companies, that is to complete the target or the orders given by MNCs. But as the work is finished, they are removed from the work. They're not getting paid leaves. They're not getting any kind of facilities as a worker. So it should be provided to them. And government should make strict laws that is to protect the rights of workers in the industries. Students, government can join with other developing countries which are affected by the unfair rules of WTO and fight against it. It can also align with other countries with similar interests to fight against the domination of developed countries in the WTO. It can negotiate at the WTO for fairer rules. Students, not only India is facing these kind of problems, other developing countries are also facing these kind of problems because of globalization. So all these countries should negotiate at the WTO for fairer rules. And they should fight against the domination of developed countries in the WTO. Because we have seen that developed countries are dominating the international market. So this issue should be discussed in WTO. So by taking these kind of steps, the government can play a vital role for a fair globalization. Now students, in the past few years, massive campaigns and representation by people organizations have influenced important decisions relating to trade and investments at the WTO. Students, not only government is playing a vital role for a fair globalization, people can also play a vital role for a fair globalization. People are doing campaign, demonstrations for the fair globalization. And they have influenced also the important decisions relating to trade and investments at WTO. Students, people involvement in this issue makes it effective. So it shows that even people can also play an important role in the struggle for fair globalization. As people are not getting benefit from the globalization, they are facing many problems, so they are doing struggle against. They are doing campaign demonstrations, that is to get fairer rules in the international market, in the international trade and investment. So this has demonstrated that people can also play an important role in the struggle for fair globalization. So we have seen that government and people, they can play vital role for fair globalization. Government can make strict rules like labor laws. Government can protect small producers to improve their performance till the time they become strong enough to compete. We have also seen that if it is necessary, government can impose trade and investment barriers, that is to save the local market and local producers. If it is necessary, government can take these steps. Government can negotiate at WTO for fairer rules. And we have seen in the last that people can also play an important role in the struggle for fair globalization. Students, in the last, test your progress. Before starting these questions, let us discuss or recall the contents we have seen in this chapter, because this is the last part of the chapter. So let us recall the contents we have discussed in this chapter. Students, here we looked at the present phase of globalization. Globalization, we have seen, is the process of rapid integration and interconnection between countries. This is happening through greater foreign trade and foreign investment. Students, MNCs are playing a major role in the globalization process. More and more MNCs are looking for locations around the world that are cheap for their production. We have seen that MNCs are doing production across countries. Different locations they are searching so that they can get cheap laborers and raw material, that is to make more profit. They are doing production globally. Not only goods are produced globally, services are also produced globally. As a result, production is being organized in complex ways. We have also seen the interlinking of the market. Technology, particularly IT, has played a big role in the organizing production across countries. Students, we have also discussed the factors that enabled globalization. In that, we have seen that technology plays a vital role. In that, we have seen transportation facilities, telecommunication facilities are playing a major role. That is to make possible the production across countries. IT also plays a vital role. In addition, liberalization of trade and investment has facilitated globalization by removing barriers to trade and investment. Students, government can use trade and investment barriers to save the local market. But after some time, government realized that there is need to liberalize the trade. For that, government started liberalization in foreign investment and foreign trade. At the international level, WTO has put pressure on developing countries to liberalize trade and investment. Then after, we have seen the positive and negative impacts of globalization. While globalization has benefited well-off consumers and also producers with skill, education and wealth, small manufacturers and producers and workers have suffered as a result of rising competition. For that, there is need of fair globalization. That is to save the small producers and workers. Students, fair globalization would create opportunities for all and also ensure that the benefits of globalization are shared better. So all these things we discussed in this chapter. Let us see some questions. You should try to answer these, that is to check your understanding. Students, these questions are: the impact of globalization has not been uniform. Explain this statement. How has globalization affected the life of the Indians? Explain with examples. Globalization will continue in the future. Can you imagine what the world would be like 20 years from now? Give reasons for your answer. So students, these are some questions. On the basis of explanation and by taking help from your NCERT book, you will be easily able to solve these questions. Students, once you should go through your NCERT book. That is for the better understanding of the chapter. Thank you.